Dr. Sabaration. I'm working as an assistant professor in computer science engineering in St. Joseph College of Technology. And here let me discuss the topic is strings in Java. Here the main purpose of strings to store the string variables and hint contains the characters that enclosed in double quotes. And in Java programming, you're going to create strings in two different ways. One is with help of that string literals. In a string literals, you're going to create just like how we're going to create a normal variable. Let me call the string as a class. So we going to call s1 as an object or variable of the string classes. Here simple is going to assign the value just like a normal variable, the string s1 equal to the welcome. The next one more type which is available, next one is the new keyword. So here we're going to create how we're going to create the objects in Java in usually. For example, followed by the class is string, followed by the object name is the s2, followed by equal symbol, the new, and the string we call string as a constructor. Inside the constructor we're going to assign the value for that string. So what's a major difference between that two types or two methods for creating the string variables? The first one, if you're going to creating a string variables with help of the string literals, that values are to be stored in a heap memory. And next one more method is available, that is with new keyword. In this method, you're going to store that value. The values are to be available in this the heap memory. In previously, let me discuss the one method. One method is with help of the string literals. Here, the values are to be stored in your the string pool or pre-full of memory, or let me call as the method area. And one more type is available, that is a new keyword. With help of this method, you're going to store that value are available in the heap memory. That's a major difference between that two different methods. Let me discuss how that methods are we actually used. I have some confusions. For example, here both the values of the s1, s2 have a welcome, and s3 also have a welcome. First, we are going to check this conditions. Here, if the s1 double equal to s2. So both the values of the s1 and s2s are welcome and common. Here, this methods this statement written as a false. Why this method is written as a false? Because of the two variable, the s1 and s2 can holds different memory locations. For example, if any value is going to compare in a if, we're going to compare their location instead of the value. So here the s1 to be available in the string pool memory or method area, and the s1 which is available in the heap memory. So the values of the s1 and s2 are different memory locations, so it shows the written as a false. And one more type is available, this s1 equal to s2. Here both the value of s1 and s2 are common, followed by here both memory location of s3 and s1 locates in the same area, the same memory locations, that is the string pool or method area, so it's returns true. I hope it's a major difference between the two different methods how we are going to store in strings in Java. Next, discuss and see that the string methods. The main purpose of the string methods to perform some operations. So in your program, if you're going to use that string methods, definitely going to import a predefined the packages that is called as lang. Sorry, util packages. Based on the util packages, you're going to import the predefined string methods. So we discuss that string methods one by one. The first method is the character at method. The character at method returns as the characters, and it takes as an input of the index. So based on the index, we're going to give what is the index position of the particular the strings. Let me see that example and as well as the string as well as in syntax. First one, already I'm explaining that the method written as the character, and the method is should return as a character and take as an input and pass the argument as the integer numerical values. The based on numerical value returns what is the index position of the particular character. So the method only can return only one characters. Let me see that example here. So here why you are going to assign that the value of the ch is going to hold some value of some characters. That's why you have the characters. Let me see that example system.out.println. Here we are going to provide that ch. Here the character at. So here we're going to mention as what is that the string name. For example, here I given s1 dot character at. So we're going to provide what is the third position of in this the string s1. Let me see that in the string is going to arrange in the value of just like in a in array the 0 to n minus 1. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3. In a third in-text, the value is to be stored as a c. So this function or this return statement is going to return as the value of c. So here the s1 dot character at 3. So going to return what is the particular character which is available in the third in-text in this the string s1. The next one discussed that next method is the length method. The length method written as an integers. So we're going to provide what is the length of a particular the given string. Then next one, let me see that the examples here the s1 dot length. So written what is the size of the s1 string. So s1 dot length, so written as an what is that size of the s1 string as an integer value. Just we see that s1, the s1 string size is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So written as an the output of here 6. The next one we discussed that next method. The next method is substring method. The substring method are going to display, are going to return a subset of the large string. So if you are interested, if you feel to return the some subset of the string from the large string, on the time the substring method is helpful as, for example, the method is the substring method return as an the strings, and here going to provide the starting index and ending index. You're going to display or return as a some substring within this the starting and ending index. So let me see that example. Here are two more examples I given. Let me discuss the brief one by one. The first one here system.out.println s2 dot substring 5,1. So we're going to display the strings are written as a some subset of string between the 5 to 11 index. The starting index is the beginning or starting index is 5. The ending index is 11. So take the example of the s2 string for this method. Here the starting is the 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is empty. The 5. So the p r o g r a m. So these are strings are written. Here written is as a values of the 5 to 11. Next one, in this next method almost look like similar. Here you are not providing that ending index. For example, you already provide the starting index as 5, but here not provide as ending index. So if the compiler can understand, the strings can be displayed starting from 5 to end of the string. So here the answer is displayed as, here the provider is a program. Here display as a programming, because here the here mention is starting is 5, ending is 11. So display as the 5 to the 11, the combinations of substrings. Here is going to mentioned as a 5. The ending index is nothing. You are not mentioning the ending index, so it's displayed the completely end of the strings start with the index 5. Next method, let me discuss the string boolean method, which method can return as an boolean values. So that's why references are boolean methods. The first method is the contains. The method return as an boolean value, check that the values, if the values are available, return as a true. If the condition is not satisfied, return as a false. So that's why I mentioned as a boolean methods in previously. The first one, contain methods. The contain methods go check with the s2 dot contains, check with in this s2 strings in the whether the Java variables are that characters, that strings are available or not. If the strings that Java is available in this S2, then written as a true. Otherwise, it written as a false. Now again check S2 dot contains in the values Java. Check within a S2 string. In a S2 string you have a Java, the programming, the two the words that is available. So now it written as the value true. The next method is equals method. This method also is written as a boolean value. Check that condition. Check with the both the strings. If the both the strings are common, then written as a true. Otherwise, written as a false. The next one here, system.out.println. Inside the system.out.println, s1 dot equals s2. Now check with what's the value of s1 and s2. Here the value of s2 is Java programming and value of s1 is the welcome. Now returns as a value as a false because of the s1 value is welcome and s2 values are something different as an welcome, and s2 values are Java programming. So here written as a false. The next one, s1 equals s3. Here, so in previously discussed that s1 and s3 have both values are common as a welcome, but the values are to be stored in a different spaces. For example, if you're creating an object of strings, with help of that new keyword, it's going to create the values, and the values are to be stored in your method area, that is called as a free full of memory. Here going to creating a values with help of that the new keyword, that strings objects are to be stored in a heap memory. So now the values are written as an here true. Why? In the sense because of here the equals method to compare their values instead of that the memory location. That's why here the s1 and s3 have the same value, but they are stored in a different memory locations. In this method, equals of not bother about that memory locations, only taking care of your values. Now again going to check one more thing here. The next one is empty. This method check whether a given string is empty or not. If the given string is empty, then written as a true. If the string is not empty, written as a false. Next one, check with s1 dot is empty. Check one what's the value of the s1. S1 have contain some values or some sequence of characters, so it's written as the false here. Yeah, in this next example, s1 dot is empty. Check with what's the value of the s1 string. S1 string values are empty, written as a true. Next method is the concat method. The concat method, the purpose is to add the two given strings. So here the s1 concat s2. So we're going to add and join the value of s1 and s2. So now value of the s1 is welcome, followed by to place or join that value of the s2 Java programming. The next method is the index of method. So index of method to written as a string, as written as an integer of the given the character which help of the given the strings. So take the example of this one, s2 dot index of a. So we're going to return this method to return as an integer value of the s2, and what is that index of the character a. So example of the s2 is a Java programming. Here you mention as a. So here number of the different a's are available. The character a which is available in a different place. So this method can return the first occurrence of the given the character. So this method written as an 1 because of a is occurred first time in your location of the 1. The next method is the string replace method. The string replace method to replace the new character the instead of the old character. Here So what's the new character is given? The new character is altered by the existing characters. So here we are providing the system dot out dot println s2 dot replace e comma a. So this method return as a value of the s2 variables. So here s2 has, we are providing a e instead of a. So slightly I change here the s1. So s1 dot replace e comma a. So what's the value of the s1? The WELCOME. So now the methods can replace with where is the e available. The characters are replaced with help of the a. So that's the purpose of the replace method here. So in this, the what's the previous value of the s1 is the welcome. Here where is the value of e available, so the character e can be replaced with the new character. The e can be here replaced with a. Now let's discuss and see what's the difference between the string and the string buffer classes. The first one, we create the value s1 and s2 belongs to that in the string classes. In a string, you're going to create with help of the two different ways. Already we discussed previously. So with string literals and with help of the string with new keywords. But in string buffer classes, you're going to create the variable of string buffer classes or either its object only with help of the new characters. So the major difference between that string and string buffer classes is the string is an immutable. So what's the meaning of immutable in sense? If you are going to perform any operations can be performed by that the string objects, that is only to be printed or it's going to assign as the another object. But in string buffer classes going to change that a particular value. The next difference is, for example, in the string classes, to store the values in two different ways. Either it can be stored here pre-full of memory or method area. Here we're going to store the value in a heap memory. In the string buffer classes, the only the values or variables are to be stored in the memory location is heap memory. So the memory locations are different. The next, when the strings are consumes the more memory, because of each and every time we're going to store that value in two different ways. Meanwhile, the values are not going to permanently store. That is called as an immutable. In a string buffer is going to change that value, and only way to store the string buffer classes with help of that new keyword or most well as to be stored in your heap memory. So it's consume the less memory, and the string buffer classes are it consumes the less memory, or it's going to the print the value and it's efficient and the very fastest compared to in string classes. The next one is if you're going to use that equal methods or different methods, the methods are each and every time it can be overridden in the string classes, and string buffer classes not override any the predefined methods. These are the major difference between the string and string buffer classes. And in the sessions, let me discuss the what is the string and how the different ways to create the string objects like a string literals and with help of the string objects, and discuss some important the predefined methods of the string classes and what's the major difference between the string and string buffer classes. Thank you.